What is up, traders? Do you have trouble finding what are the hot stocks that are in play for the day? Or maybe you just can't afford one of these fancy scanners. What I'm going to do here today is show you Finviz, which is a free stock screener, very effective tool to help you in your trading. So let's get to it. What is up, guys? Welcome back. We're going to be talking about Finviz here today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, guys. So just to get right into it. And I'm not personally affiliated with Finviz. I'm not making any type of affiliate money. I'm not making anything like this. I just want to make this video to try to help some new traders out. But this is how I personally use it. Other people use it different ways. I'm going to show you the most effective way that I found to go ahead and use it. All right. And before we get started, make sure you click your like, subscribe, and click the bell button for notifications, so you'll be notified when there's new videos that are posted. I post about 3 times, 4 times a week, and that does not include also the live stream on Fridays that we also do, along with also the Sunday stock study. If you guys want to tune in, every Sunday we do a Sunday stock study to get ready for the trading week at about 7:30 market time. This is finviz.com. If you type in Finviz into your URL bar or into Google, this is exactly what you'll see once you get to the screen, all right? And you'll have a ticker search bar here. Then right at the top middle of your screen, you're going to have, these are the overall market indices, and it's just going to give the overall sentiment towards the market. So you could try to see, how the market's health is overall doing for the day. You can also get the zoomed out if you like as well. All right, so here to the right, you're going to have the tickers broken down by sector. So this is the technology sector, financial, consumer goods, etc. And basically, if your strategy is meant more for longing or more for shorting, you're able to see the relative weakness or relative strength between the sectors, and then you can choose which sector or tickers to play. Now, this is the most important part in the way that I use Finviz. So I do not use this to uh, as a momentum scanner. With the free version, you cannot use it as a momentum scanner because it is delayed. So if you go down here, there is a little disclosure. So it's quotes delayed by 15 minutes for NASDAQ, 20 minutes for NYSE and Amex as well. So you can't. There is a subscription plan. This, if you want to pay for it, great. This is all about free, especially if you're a new trader. This is an excellent tool. I didn't buy a scanner until I was late in my trading career. So this is what I use because I was a cheap ass most of the time. So the way that you would use this is you wake up in the morning, you get to your desk, and finviz.com, you're going to see the screen, and especially if you're trading small cap tickers, you're going to see the top gainers here. So, for instance, on Friday, today's Saturday, it's the weekend. The market is actually closed right now. The SAVA and Yuma were in play, so these were some big movers. So what you want to see is before the market open, you want to see some good volume coming in to this gainer. So it could gain, right? So it could have a high percentage, gain or gap. But if it doesn't have much volume, it's not going to be worth a crap to trade. So you're looking for, I like over at least 20%, 30% to even pull it up, and some good relative volume as well for it. And basically, what you would do then is you could click on the ticker, and it's going to show you a chart, and you could change the chart around if you like. So this is a line chart. You do a candle chart, and you could also do different time frames. So you could do monthly, daily, and intraday, right? And actually, I think the intraday is actually for the elite version. So then what you do is you come down, and this is a little bit of a tip within this video on how I make a decision on trading this particular ticker. So I come over here to this almost last column, and I'm looking at the shares float. So the float of the ticker is how many shares are available to trade for this company. So at 12.85 million, this is like a medium-sized small cap ticker. So you know that it's going to be volatile, but it's not going to be where uh, it's unsafe. You also want to look at the short float, right? Where this is how much interest into the what is being traded is actually short. So how much of the float is actually selling. Um, then you also want to look at so you have the volume. So the volume is also good to recognize. And then over here in this more middle column, you have the insider transactions. So this shows if there's insider transactions, you know that there's something going on within the company, whether they're buying, there's things going on, to give you kind of an idea on which way you should position yourself within the trade. I also look at institutional ownership. So what this is big money that owns shares within the company. So 42% of the float is owned by big money institutions. So they want this ticker to go up. So they want this ticker to go up. And the way I was shown is if this institutional ownership is high, then they are going to put up a fight for the ticker to come back down. So if your strategy is to short and the institutional ownership is high, you're going to have a hard time, or you're going to be waiting a long time for the ticker to come back down because you have people with way deeper pockets trading against you. I also look at the market cap. So market cap and then the income here, you could kind of see how deficient and just how delinquent they are as a company. And these are just funny to look at, like the employees. So this has 9, and it's just funny to see like if there's 2 companies, like they say they're so great of a company and there's hardly any employees or anything like that. If you scroll down, you're going to see the news specific to the ticker. So this is only news specific to the ticker, and you could go back within the time frame. And this is really good to paint that picture for you to trade this company, right? Also, these are the actual insider traders' names. So this is the president and CEO that actually bought shares on December 31st, which is pretty surprising considering that now the ticker's up, however much it's up now. But he's actually banking laughing to the bank right now. So that's the way that I look at for an actual ticker in particular. Now, if you're wanting to screen for say you're just studying, right? It's a Sunday, or you're just looking for tickers to trade. There is the screener function that is right here. You could come in here and I would press all, and you could screen all the tickers for the criteria you look for. So you can look at so if there's a gap up, so if it's a gap at least over 4%, right? You can look at to where there is, and I do apologize for all these ads. It is the free version, so that is why we get the ads. You can look at, let's see here. So you can look at the exchange that it trades on. So you can put NASDAQ. You can look, this is a big one, so the price. So you want the price to be at least under $20. And this is what I would use for my small cap gap scanner. You would also want so the institutional ownership. So if you want it, say like under 20%, like we were talking about. So now we're looking at we started with hundreds of tickers here, and now we have 35. So we have 35 tickers that we could go through and actually look at with this criteria that we put in. So you could also do like average volume, so or even the current volume. So if the current volume on it is say you want it at least over 500,000 is a good point. Then you lower this to 11 out of 35. So this would be a good starting point to look at some tickers if your strategy is for small cap gappers. Now in this toolbar, moving on, you could also look at the news, which is going to show the total news for the full market, just holistically financial news. If you want to go through here, it doesn't necessarily alert you or anything. You could come through and just read through it if you want. There is a lot. There's also blogs and things like that, so a lot to look at. Now going back to the main page here as well, and scrolling down a little bit, these are tickers that are shown by strategy. So like trendline support, wedge down, ascending triangle, channel up, head and shoulders. So you can click on the ticker and it's going to show you so left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and this is the ticker that they're showing with that strategy, and then also the same fundamentals here as well. So if your strategy is to specifically trade a head and shoulders pattern, here it is. So here it is laid out for you. Also, there's major news on the right here towards the right. So Tesla has been very bullish. They were upgraded recently, and it's just been steamrolling, guys. So very nice as well. One thing I do want to show you as far as the big caps that I look on for the big caps on the fundamentals is the ATR. So average true range. This gives you the average amount that the actual ticker moves on a daily basis. So this helps out a lot because you want a lot of volatility and range to be able to make decent money, and at least with my strategy. So so that is that with the major news. Now, if you scroll down a little bit further, you have just a little snippet of the news here, and then you also get insider trading that is most recent. So most recent insider trading. Now here to the left, you're going to have futures trading. These are pretty cool to have, like on Sunday night. You could go ahead and get sentiment for the market the next day. Also forex and bonds, which I don't mess with. But that's pretty much it as far as using Finviz as your stock screener. Really quick video, a very nice free tool for you to use, especially if you're a new trader. You want to save as much money as possible. And as far as a pre-market gap scanner, this is a great way for you to save a little additional money and not have to rely on anyone else or anything. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay money biased.